blah, blah, blah. All we ever hear from you is blah, 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 blah,
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we have a tier list. And with this here, we're going to be ranking every NFL team by how many wins I think they're going to get for the 2022 to 2023 season. So I'm going to explain my reasoning for each one, and let's just see who ends up where. So first up, we have the Arizona Cardinals. So, to begin off, they lost Chandler Jones to the 2022 offseason, which he went to the Las Vegas Raiders. And with DeAndre Hopkins suspended, it's not looking too bright. Now, I still think they will make the playoffs with having Kyler Murray, and then at midseason getting back DeAndre Hopkins. Although they did lose some key attributes like Christian Kirk and Chandler Jones. But I honestly think they're going to manage a good 9 wins and make it to the postseason. Alright, next up we have the Atlanta Falcons, my home team. And I really hate to do them with this, but I don't think they're going to do much. I have them at 5 wins. It was because they lost Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley suspended for the whole season. Russell Gage was lost in free agency. The only way they're going to manage to make something happen is if Kyle Pitts and Drake London completely, go off at, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce levels. But I have the Falcons at 5 wins, and we're going to leave it at that. Alright, next up, interesting one. We have the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have a really solid lineup. I'm not even going to lie. I have them getting 10 wins. Reason being, they have Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and I believe if it weren't for Lamar Jackson's injury last season, they would have made the playoffs. Potentially would have had a Super Bowl run. I have no questioning on that decision. Next up, Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are just stacked. They have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Tre'Davious White, Von Miller, the best defense in the league last season, adding Von Miller. They're getting 13 wins. And they're going to Super Bowl 57. The Bills are just way too outstanding to not get at least 12 wins. I have them at 13. Alright, next up. The Carolina Panthers. Not gonna lie, the Panthers have the potential to make the offseason, the postseason, every season. If it were for their quarterback situation, Sam Darnold, they would make the playoffs. No matter if Christian McCaffrey ends up staying healthy, with DJ Moore and their amazing pieces around, although Stephon Gilmore did go to the Colts, I still have faith of them getting 8 wins. They're just going to miss the playoffs and get 8 wins. I could have come back to bite me in the back, but... Next up, we have the Chicago Bears. 6 wins. Reasoning being, I would have them up higher, but they did just lose Allen Robinson. So really their only weapon on offense is David Montgomery and then Darnell Mooney. I'm not saying Darnell Mooney is bad or anything, but he's not a top-tier wide receiver. And with Justin Fields going into his second season I believe he'll have a big leap. Justin Fields has the potential, but I don't think they're going to be making the postseason. The Bears just don't have that lineup right now. Let's move on. Next up, the Super Bowl 56 runner-ups, the Cincinnati Bengals. 11. I have the Bengals going at 11 wins. They managed 10 wins last season. And with this team know what to do in the offseason with Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, they're managing 11 wins. This team is absolutely insane. Like, nobody expected them to even make the playoffs this season. And they still went to the Super Bowl. I was on the Rams side for Super Bowl 56, but I did think that the Bengals were going to win it. Let's move on. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns. 9. I would have them at 10 wins, but due to Deshaun Watson being not able to play for half the season, for what it's looking like, they're not going to do the best. And yes, they do have weapons like Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, but they aren't going to manage. They may make the playoffs. I don't know. It depends what happens when Deshaun Watson gets back, but I am saying at 9 wins. All right, next up, the Dallas Cowboys. I still have the Cowboys making the playoffs at 10 wins. Reason being, although they did lose Amari Cooper, they still got Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. They have potential. I really think that the Cowboys are still going to be pretty good. All right, moving on. The Denver Broncos. 10. I think that now the Broncos have a good quarterback. Since their last one being Peyton Manning, they're going to get 10 wins. Russell Wilson is an outstanding quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He has weapons all around him. Not the top tier weapons, but they are weapons that can contend for Super Bowl. No questions asked. All right, next up, Detroit Lions. 6 wins. I think that the Lions will do a little bit better with Aiden Hutchinson around, but I don't think Aiden Hutchinson's going to have that great of a season to be able to carry the team to at least 7 wins. Don't get me wrong, I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to have a decent season, and it's just he's not going to be at that caliber level. All right, moving on. Green Bay Packers. 12. So we may be asking how they lost Davante Adams. You may be right. The Packers don't have that many good wide receivers now. But they have Aaron Rodgers. He got 2 back-to-back NFL MVPs. And Aaron Rodgers is just too good to not get 12 wins. Also, with Aaron Jones being really good, Robert Tonyan, he can turn their new rookie wide receiver into something like Davante Adams. If I really think about it, I think Davante Adams was only as good as he was because of Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying Davante Adams would have been bad, but he wouldn't be the top wide receiver in the NFL without Aaron Rodgers. All right, next up, Houston Texans. 5. The Texans did nothing this offseason to improve their team. They actually got worse this offseason. They lost their only good player, besides their receiver. I forgot his name. You can scold me later in the comments. Losing Deshaun Watson was a key factor in the Texans' offense, and He's gone, so the Texans are going to do worse than they did last season. They did pretty bad. All right, the Indianapolis Colts. 11. The Colts are going to go off this season with two veterans, Stephon Gilmore and good old Matty Ice. Matty Ice has been there, done that. He's an outstanding quarterback compared to Carson Wentz. And no doubt in my mind, he's going to take this Colts team to the playoffs and potentially Super Bowl 57 against the Buffalo Bills. They have the wide receivers. They have the running backs. They have the defense. All they needed was a quarterback, and they were good to go. Well, Carson Wentz gone and Matty Ice in, they're going to do it. Indianapolis Colts, 11 wins. Next up, my favorite team, the one and only, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7. You know, actually, I'm going to put them at 8. The Jacksonville Jaguars made an outstanding move this offseason. They very improved their receiving core, adding Christian Kirk from the Arizona Cardinals and Evan Ingram from the Giants. They've already having Marvin Jones as a decent receiver and James Robinson at running back. Trevor Lawrence has a bright career ahead of him. He's too good to not be a great quarterback. That man, he has the arm, he has the accuracy. He just needed a good receiving core. On the defense side of the ball, I think Trayvon Walker's going to go off. I think that Trayvon Walker could really be something great. Also adding new linebackers, cornerback Darius Williams. The only decent corner they had last season was Shaquille Griffin. I would think this Jags team is going to, in the next couple of years, be up to Super Bowl contending. And if I had to say what year they'd be going to Super Bowl, it would be 2028. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs, 11. Patty Mahomes is just too good. He's going to turn Sky Moore into a Tyreek Hill level receiver. Versus Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce. They're making the playoffs. They're always going to have that Super Bowl run. They may miss the Super Bowl, but they're not going to make the Super Bowl. I do think they'd make the AFC Championship, though. The Chiefs are still going to be outstanding. They still have great people on defense. So I got Chiefs at 11 wins. All right. The Los Angeles Chargers, 12. I think they're going to absolutely, outstandingly destroy their division. They got weapons everywhere. They got the running back, the quarterback, the receiver. Their tight end's decent. Their defense is stacked. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. This is a Super Bowl contending team. You know, do I think they're going to beat the Bills? No. I still think the Bills are going on top to Super Bowl 57. Los Angeles Rams, 12. The Rams are an outstanding team, and they just improved even more. Because, no offense, Bobby Wagner's a lot better than Von Miller is, and he's a big replacement. Cooper Kupp after his breakout. Matt Stafford. Cam Akers, I think, is going to be pretty good. Allen Robinson. Tyler Higbee. Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Donald. Bobby Wagner. This team is going Super Bowl contending. And I think they possibly could do 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. You know, I think they're going to make the NFC Championship at least. Let's move on. Las Vegas Raiders, 10. You may be asking, why 10? You should go ahead and put them at 12 because they got Chandler Jones and Devontae Adams. Listen, the Raiders are stacked everywhere, yes. But Devontae Adams may not be as good as he seems. Aaron Rodgers was a great quarterback. Derek Carr is a major downgrade to Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers may be one of the reasons that Devontae Adams was as good as he was in Green Bay. I'm not saying he's gonna suck, but he's probably gonna turn out to be one of those average receivers like Darnell Mooney or Marvin Jones. Now, do I think they can make the playoffs? Yes. That's why I'll put them at 10. But the AFC is too stacked. Now, there's going to be some teams with at least 10 wins who aren't going to make the playoffs. And I'm completely okay with that. I like it being competitive. But that's my prediction on the Raiders. The Miami Dolphins, 9. The only reason I have them at 9 wins is because of their division. They have the Bills in their division, and the Bills are absolutely stacked. I'm not saying that the Dolphins aren't, but there's a situation where Tua is not going to make him too great. Tua's a lefty quarterback. I mean, he doesn't really have the arm strength, the accuracy. Tua's a great quarterback, no, he just doesn't have the capability of most quarterbacks like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Now, I think this team's going to be great with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, which Tyreek Hill said was faster than him. This Dolphins team is just good, but I don't think they're playoff contending. For how the AFC is. Alright, moving on. The Minnesota Vikings. 10 wins all the way. The Vikings are set. They didn't lose or gain anything this offseason. But they're just stacked across the board. Kirk Cousins isn't the best quarterback, but he's underrated. They got Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and great factors on defense. They're making the playoffs. Possibly a Super Bowl run. Probably not, though. Moving on. New England Patriots. 9 wins. Honestly, I don't think the Patriots are going to do too good this season. They made the playoffs last season with Mac Jones. But everybody's been saying that Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback. I don't think that's the case. Because unlike all the other rookie quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Mac Jones were the only ones that had decent pieces around them. So everybody else went to people like the Bears and the Jets and the Jags. Trey Lance barely even got to play, so we don't even know what he's going to look like this season. And Mac Jones, I think, has got a lucky start. Alright, moving on. New Orleans Saints. 9 wins. The Saints did decent last season. They only played the playoffs. Just missed it. And Aiden, if you're watching this, I'm sorry to say. They're only going to go by, you may be thinking they're going to go like 12 wins. But the Saints, honestly, they're not going to make 12 wins. They're probably not even going to make 10. I have them at 9 wins. Alvin Kamara's going to be not going to be playing much due to suspension. Jameis Winston isn't the best quarterback. They have a solid receiving core. Taysom Hill playing tight end. Michael Thomas. Jarvis Landry. Cameron Jordan on defense. I have them making 9 wins in the playoffs, but not a Super Bowl run. Alright, next up. The New York Giants. 7 wins. The Giants are going to have improved this season, but not a huge one. I have them at 7 wins. Daniel Jones isn't that good. And people say he is. I mean, Kadarius Toney is only just proving himself to be a decent receiver. Saquon Barkley has not been doing well in New York and at the Giants, right? With the Giants lately. I don't think this team's going to be a winning team, at least just not yet. All right, moving on. New York Jets, 6. The Jets didn't do much this offseason to build around Zach Wilson, the rookie quarterback. But I think their rookies are going to be pretty good. Breece Hall, I have faith that he's going to be a great running back. And their new cornerback is probably going to be... He's going to be at least decent. I'm not saying he's going to be at Jalen Ramsey level, but he's going to be like modern cornerbacks like Shaquille Griffin, Darius Williams, Trayvon Diggs, around that level. So I have the Giants at 6 wins. Philadelphia Eagles, 11. The Eagles have just been getting better since their Super Bowl win. Jalen Hurts, I think he's going to have a great improve this season and possibly become one of those great quarterbacks in the NFL today. They have Devonta Smith, he's extremely fast. He's going to his second season. They have A.J. Brown from the Titans. They have the weapons. They have the team. They have the coaching staff. They're managing 11 wins, making the playoffs. And hopefully don't face the Rams not the Bucs in their first playoff game and lose again. All right, next up. Pittsburgh Steelers, 9. I think Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, they're not going to be the absolute best. They're going to still have to learn. I think George Pickens will do pretty good. He'll get up to like Christian Kirk level. And Kenny Pickett, I believe he'll do just like Mac Jones. Not just like Kenny Pickett could probably be like Trevor Lawrence, have like a pretty bad season, throw a good bit of picks, not make the best decisions. Because this is a learning season. Quarterbacks at rookie tend to have it happen this way. Sorry about that. And with Najee Harris going to his second season, Najee Harris is a great running back. Don't get me wrong. But I only have the Steelers at 9 wins. Sorry, Steelers fans. Seattle Seahawks, 8. I have them at 8 wins. I believe they got 9 last season. I just changed that. I'm going to put them at 7. They lost Russell Wilson, and at this rate, they're about to lose DK Metcalf, he's one of the top receivers in the NFL. And they're about to lose him along with their franchise quarterback, Russell Wilson, who led them to a Super Bowl. This Seahawks team is not looking too good. And that quarterback is going to have to prove himself to be worthy for being a starter quarterback. All right, next up. San Francisco 49ers. Nine wins. I am making the playoffs, yes. But I think they're going to be just like they were last season. Trey Lance is more likely going to start the season. At least for majority of the season. And Deebo Samuel isn't too happy. And he's wanting out of San Francisco. So I have the 49ers making 9 wins. Making the playoffs. And see what they can do from there. I don't have too much faith in this 49ers team having a Super Bowl run, but I have them at least making the playoffs. Next up, one of the most heated teams out there, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 12. Oh, back there. Nope, put those back. The Bucs are outstanding, and with Tom Brady coming back out of retirement, this is probably going to be his last productive year that he will have. Tom Brady is just really outstandingly good. And with receivers like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and having a running back like Leonard Fournette, and then having weapons on defense, Levante David, having good linemen, decent corners like Charlton Davis. I don't think the retirement of Gronk is going to have too much of an impact. It's going to impact Tom Brady, but I don't think that's going to slow him down. Next up, the Tennessee Titans. No, put them back. I have them 9 wins. They lost Julio Jones. They lost A.J. Brown. This team's going to be relying on Derrick Henry all over again. No more weapons besides Derrick Henry. And that new receiver, he's not looking too good. And I have nothing else to say about the Titans, but they're going to let down this season. Derrick Henry is just probably going to be his last productive year, or last few. In our final team, the Washington Commanders. 8 wins. If Carson Wentz there, he's going to bring down the team a little bit. He's already played there once, I believe, and he didn't do too good. I'm sure he's going to have to work because Ryan Fitzpatrick just retired. And don't get me wrong, the Commanders do have weapons. They have Terry McLaurin, one of the top receivers out there. And the Commanders' O-line was top tier, but one of their top defenders, Brandon Scherff, got traded away during the offseason. And everybody's trying to get washed up because the Commanders are one of those teams who have a lot of old people. And that's it for my tier list. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. If you have any comments. And I will see you guys on the next video.